something.
You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th on Sunday, I then lost my job. The police are doing nothing. And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done. This is a man's world. I'm the victim. Remember? I'm the victim. And they took down my video. They were going to have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were going to have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope, they took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. Nope.
There we go.
Good evening.
Good evening, Terry. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. And I guess we have to do all the talking since you're just going to be listening.
There you go.
Yes. And I'll bet you I know what you're not cooking tonight, Terry. No venison for you, huh?
I was like, how do you know? Okay, gotcha.
Yes, Terry doesn't like venison.
I'm not a huge fan of it. I didn't tell you that, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
First time I had it, it was steaks. A parental's friend had gone out and cooked it and or killed it and invited us over for steaks. And I remember not liking it, but I don't know if I didn't like it because my mother didn't like it and was, and you always do what your parents like, when you're at that age.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have it again for ever. And then I don't know how many years ago it was. Somebody else had made me a venison meal, and I don't remember what it was. It wasn't steaks. I think it was chops, and they were absolutely delicious. I approached it with an open mind. And then after that, I got some venison ground and I used it to make chili. And I love venison chili.
Mm-hmm.
I tried making my own venison chops. They didn't turn out that well because I knew they could be good. I made it a few different ways and finally figured out how to make them good.
There you go.
Yeah. And it's just a matter of you have to get good meat. If the meat got to sit too long or there's some variables, age, the age of the deer, how long the meat sat around,
Mm-hmm.
all different kinds of variables, it could be hit or miss, and yeah, but you could never go wrong with venison chili though.
No, and for me, that's like one of the ones I don't have an issue with, and that's because there's so many seasonings and there's so much flavor in it anyway that it's kind of, I don't notice the difference in that respect.
Yeah, my friend, she's one of the women that I went through my Master Gardener's course with, and then I'm going through it for the level 3 training I'm doing for. I don't know what I'd call this level 3 training. It's working with victims of domestic violence and recovery for some of the homes in the community I live in.
Gotcha.
She happened to be in this class too, and I had mentioned it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you can come hunting with us," and she's like, "Well, do you want to go hunting or you just want the meat?" And I says, "Well, I want the meat, but nothing's free, so I have to do my share." And she's like, "Well, okay, we'll work it out." we'll go after Thanksgiving. And then Thursday night, she calls me and said, hey, my brother got a deer. Do you want it? The only thing is if you want it, you got to come and process it.
Mm-hmm.
And the next morning I was over there, she already had the buck hanging, and proceeded to start breaking it down. So I have about probably close to 50 pounds of venison.
Yeah, you're on the hook to help process every time they get one.
I don't have to, but if I want
Services rendered.
services rendered, I've got the equipment for it, I've got everything I need to process meat. So why wouldn't I assist if I'm going to get free meat out of it?
Oh, definitely.
And it's not like I don't have time on my hands. So why not? So why not? But anyway, hey, so on tonight's agenda, we're going to talk about someone we talked about back in, let's see, I think it was October 23rd. I first brought her up, and then B, you and I talked about her again on October 27th.
Mm-hmm.
It's Olivia Henderson, the DoorDash girl who screamed that she was SA'd because she saw a naked man sleeping on his couch during a DoorDash delivery. So I got up this morning and sat down with a cup of Joe and was preparing to relax and see what was going on in these mean YouTube streets. And somebody posted that she got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I'm like, no, say it ain't so. It can't be. Not our dear Miss Libby. And
I would say rightfully so. I want to add, for my own opinion, rightfully so.
Well, yes, but it's been a month since the actual incident happened. So I'm like, it can't be. It's been a month. So I raced over to TikTok, and it was all over the pages. And I'm like, well, yes, but everything that you read on the internet is not possibly true. We've learned that in our wizened age. So I hopped over to do a little bit of fact checking, and oh my, it is true. But before we go into the fact checking that I did, I thought maybe we could start with a quick recap of how this all started. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
So do you want to take it away, or you want me to get started?
Go ahead.
Okay. I will start with came across a video. This was I guess it was right around the time that I did that first video, October 23rd, I think it was. I had been scrolling. I don't remember what I was looking for, but I came across a video that was posted. I think I saw it first on YouTube, and that caused me to go look over on TikTok. And this was the video I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the blur on. I put the Franklin face on here.
That's fucked up.
So this was Miss Livy. She was delivering her DoorDash. We'll play that again real quick. She put the food down. Per her story, she put the food down. The door was open, and she saw this man. We know now his name was Austin. It's all over the place, so I'm not doxing him.
Police report and everything, yeah.
Yeah, and he's laying naked from the waist down on his couch. So since this is pretty quick, it's only 11 seconds. Let's play that again. So behind our Franken face is him laying there. So Miss Livy goes home and starts posting on TikTok. Let me pull this down. And again, I know this from, I found her page on TikTok, and the video that was in the intro is one of the videos that she put up on TikTok.
For anybody who's interested, I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for like SA, or if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home. But after so many people told me to report it to the police, I did. And I called the non-emergency line, and they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like what do I want to come from this? And I said, yeah, if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again. And he understood that, the police officer, and then he went back out to his car, and then he came back to me, and he told me, like, this is pretty much verbatim. It's not verbatim, but, like, it's the point that he said. He said he's not sure if there are charges that can be pressed at this point because he was inside of his house, and specifically he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out or, like, his window with it out or whatever. But it's like, come on now. Like, how likely is it that it's cold outside? It's pretty chilly. Your ceiling fan is on. You got all your lights on in your house. You got your front door open, right? You just ordered DoorDash 15 minutes ago. And within 15 minutes of ordering DoorDash and it getting delivered to your front door, you're asleep on the couch with your pants and your underwear to your ankles, your front door wide open, your lights on, it's freezing outside. Like, come on now. That is voyeurism. That is exhibitionism. That was something against my own will that I was fulfilling for that man. Oh, and I forgot to say, the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is, what he has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor that we're not even considering is that man lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family. Anybody could walk out. See, listen, if I wasn't the target, you still shouldn't be whacking it off, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances, with your door wide open regardless, because anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be a child. Anybody could come up on your porch and see that. Anybody walking by on the sidewalk and accidentally getting a glance would be a victim. Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago.
All righty then. What are your thoughts on that, B?
I have too many. First, I have issue with her calling it a sexual assault. Just as a survivor of sexual assault, that to me does not fit under the guides of sexual assault, in my own personal opinion. Then assault in general, I have an issue with that. I have looked up every which way of Sunday to try to find anything that a visual sight is an assault, because words can be, bodily fluids can be, there's different, things that you don't have to like physically hurt somebody. Words can be assault. So I had to like keep digging in. I cannot find visually looking at something being assault. Does it assault your eyes in the term of just a general, but legally it's not an assault that I can find anywhere. And then the part about she's young. Well, she's not that young, right? Didn't we figure out she's like, wait, we've talked about a couple different people. Is she in her late 20s? Possibly.
Let me look.
No, either way.
2002. She was born in 2002.
Okay, so that's 23, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Anyway, I hate math. So
math ain't mathing.
In our lifetime, though, like inebriants, I'm not, because we don't know his circumstances, right? I mean, and for all intents and purposes, he could have been like medically having a problem, and she just made it into a whole issue. I mean, luckily he wasn't. But let's say
something diabetic could have happened to him. I agree.
That's what if he was in a diabetic coma? Like, I mean, this could have been something totally different.
There's so many. That's what I said before. In one of the times, either when I was on the live or when it was with us, there could have been a medical condition that caused it. He could have just randomly fell asleep. It could have. There was a weather breakdown. I read on Reddit. There was a weather breakdown of that night. There's so many variables that, and she just comes off and starts spouting the way she did. Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting and going off on the
No, I just
tangent.
I want to say hello to Anne. She's entered the chat, but she'll have to watch on the replay. I also, so there was the
Oh, I don't see
lost.
her.
I'm not on my channel. I'm not doing two stream. It's
Oh,
only
hi, Ann. Hi, Ann. I put mine on live chat. I didn't put mine to live chat. Hi,
oh,
Ann. Thank you for being here.
but have you, I mean, we're a little more seasoned, but I know I don't want to give away, the next step, but somewhere in here I do believe he was inebriated, right? Like, I mean, he admitted to that or something, that he passed out on the couch. Um, but this, nobody falls asleep with their door open. Nobody. I can tell you, I have seen people do some stuff that you would think, I mean, they pass out on the ground right in front of their house, like, I mean, come on. So what are you talking about? He's on the couch. He fell asleep, it happens. And then she says he was pleasuring himself. I don't know how many men she's been around, but men touch their junk or put their hands on it when they're sleeping. They
They
don't have to be
they
doing
get
something.
off their jewels, okay?
They
They
don't
they
have to be
start do
doing
they start
something.
doing that when they're just a few months old, okay? It's a thing.
I just took, there was a lot she said that was she's so adamant that it's so offensive and so, um,
Blatant.
blatant, that she believes herself so much that I don't think she's lived long enough to see some of the things that you would be surprised what you end up seeing. So
Yes. Okay, so anywho, I don't think we need to go through all the videos. I had uploaded them, just in case we needed to go through them. But anyway, she continues to go on with this, and she doubles down, triples down. She does not stop. And she's screaming and screaming that, she's the victim. The police won't do anything. She's the victim. She got fired now, and she's the victim. And then all of a sudden she goes quiet.
can we
I
hit
don't
the timeline real quick on, so this, when this happened was October 12th.
October 12th.
She posted it to TikTok almost immediately. I mean, not immediately, but almost immediately. And it sat and
I'd say within the hour of it happening, she
Mhm.
posted it to TikTok.
And it marinated for a minute with people talking about it and responding to her, and they told her to report it.
People told her to report it to the police. She reported it to TikTok first.
DoorDash.
TikTok, or I'm sorry, to DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
DoorDash fired her. TikTok was removing her posts for being inappropriate, and she got struck.
Mm-hmm.
She reposted it to TikTok.
That's
She
where
got
this incessant posting starts coming in. But I'm just want to make sure we're in a timeline of, she's been told this isn't appropriate in some
yes,
ways. Yeah.
yes, and her posts were removed multiple times, and she kept doubling down, tripling down, and she's screaming like a banshee.
Mm-hmm.
And then during this time, I think it was on the second day, is when she finally calls the police.
Right.
And I believe it was a attorney out of New York put in a FOIA request and was able to get the police report that was filed. And this is what came up. And you heard me reading earlier. I was having trouble reading for some reason. So would you be so kind as to read this, B? Because I'm fumbling my words today.
Is that the biggest we got it? Are we on the,
Um,
is it already locked in there? I'll try.
no, 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 no. I will.
On the above date, time, and location, I responded to a public lewdness complaint. Upon arrival, I spoke with the CO, OH, I'm going to call her, it's there, who stated that she was door dashing last night at address. And when she arrived at the address to deliver a Wendy's pickup, the male who ordered had his front door wide open and he was sleeping on the couch with no pants on. O stated that she left the food on the front porch and left. She advised me that she called because she did not want this to happen again to another female delivery driver.
Oh, sorry.
I then responded to his address and spoke with A, who stated that he had gone out last night to the bars. He stated that he woke up and realized that his front door was open and saw the photo O left of the food being delivered and his door open with him laying inside. A stated that he thought he had shorts on in the photo and did not realize that he was actually naked. A stated several times that this is not normal for him and that he was sorry that it happened. The officer advised him that at this time that there were no charges. However, if it becomes a recurring issue, he could potentially get charged. He stated that he understood and that it would not happen again. At this time, there are no applicable charges due to lack of intent, and because Austin was within his own home and no view to the public aside from O being on his private property to make the delivery. Case closed. Officer Honeywell, 6063.
Wow. Case closed.
Well, until
Until
another case is opened.
Okay, now what fascinated when I read that, I was like, the first thing that fascinated me about that was she called him to report public lewdness, but she was already screaming in multiple TikToks that she was SA'd. SA'd, but when she calls the cop, she's reporting public lewdness.
The only thing that draws me back on that though is that he could have put those words in there. She could have called it in an essay and he could have been like, he could have explained to her, that's not what this is. This is such and such, and took it as such and such. I mean, it's just
Okay. But the opening video, the video that I put in the intro was dated the 15th. That was done on the 15th, and she's still screaming SA.
True.
So,
okay.
So I would agree with you if she wasn't still screaming SA in those videos.
Mm-hmm.
So, I tend to think that it's not the cop who, is.
Well, she doesn't take to what anybody tells her either. So maybe he did tell her that the night before and she still went on.
Okay.
She hasn't taken anybody's constructive criticism about what she might or might not want to do from anybody at this point,
Okay, fair enough. I see what you're saying. And the other
either way, she's wrong.
Well, yes, no matter what. Yes,
no matter what, she's wrong.
And the other thing is that in this report, she did not tell the cop that she took video.
Right.
I think if she had made the cops aware that she had video, I think she would have been arrested a lot sooner.
But I believe that's why the case isn't closed now. You're right.
Yeah. So I wonder if Mr. A enjoyed his Wendy's that night.
Probably a little chilly, wasn't it?
I hope we had some hot chili in that order. Oh man. But yeah. So anyway, moving along. So we have that report right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that report goes through. She continues going ballistic. She is pissed all to hell and back because she got fired. Couldn't figure out why she got fired. Cannot process the fact that she violated someone's privacy. Set aside the fact that she got, as far as she's concerned, she got SA'd because her eyeballs could process somebody's dick. But couldn't figure out why DoorDash would fire her because she couldn't process seeing a dick, but
I have their statement too. The
oh yeah, good. Yeah, I
Well,
forgot to pull that up. So
it's just a sentence or two. The company said in a statement at the time, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. That is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was just deactivated, along with the customers, while we investigated. So they took them both down while they investigated the situation.
right.
But
And
it was because she disclosed personal details publicly.
right. And from what I gather, he still is banned from using DoorDash over the situation.
I'm not so hurt about that, honestly. I mean,
It was an incident, shit happens.
there's Grubhub and other things. He's got options.
Yeah, I'm not crushed by that. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but I'm not crushed by it because it's not like there's not other options. Yeah, shit happens. So it is what it is. But there is rumors out there that he has video of her opening the door on his porch. If he does, it hasn't come out.
Well, I noticed that video because if you go back to think about it, because he says that he saw the picture of him laying on the couch with his food. When they deliver something, they take that picture for the
Right.
proof and then of delivery and send it, through the system.
Which is quite useless, by the way, because they could take that picture and then pick the food
Remove
up
the
and walk away with it. And
absolutely.
There is videos of that happening.
I've seen
People,
it.
people's porch videos take videos of people. They see that the Dashers are taking the pictures, and as soon as they take that picture, they're picking up the food and walking away with it anyway. So those pictures are quite useless.
The only reason I'm bringing it up though is because in that video, she says, "Look at this," blah blah blah, turns around and walks off the steps, leaving the food behind like you would. I mean, all of it's normal if you watch it in its face. When did she take the picture?
Good
For
question.
the system.
Good question. And I had read somewhere, and I don't recall where it was because this was a month ago, but she walked away and then she decided, fuck this, I'm going back and getting a video. I had read that somewhere. Those aren't those exact words. That was
Right.
I'm paraphrasing there. And then decided to go back and get a video because, she's been looking for a viral moment. If you go back through her TikTok, you could see she's been trying to get a viral thing, and she started walking away and then realized that this is going to be my viral moment and went back, and that's when she got the video. So
that just leads it to be open to, did she push the door open a little more, take the picture? Did she somewhere in there's pieces missing that
exactly
things could have happened that weren't supposed to. I mean, she could have fabricated some of it. I'm not saying she did, but it's just missing context. There's pieces missing. If you watch that video, she's like, "Look at this," and then turns around and leaves the food and him there. So somewhere in the process, she did not report the picture to her delivery being done.
Exactly. And if he has a porch camera out there, that porch camera is going to tell and fill in. It's going to tell a story and fill in those missing pieces. And there's other people who are like, well, I didn't see no Ring camera. Well, you know what? I don't have a Ring camera, but you can damn sure see my porch from multiple angles.
Right.
And they could catch somebody picking their ass and scratching their balls at the same time. And I don't have a Ring camera.
I don't either. I have cameras. I don't have Ring cameras on the. You wouldn't see it from the road on the front porch there.
Well, I don't have the Ring doorbell. So yeah, so multiple angles. So, and if that's the case, I can't wait for this to go through the courts and those video clips that come out. And if he does in fact have them, he is smart for holding them close to his chest.
Oh, definitely. I
want to see them.
I have a feeling she's gonna plea. I told you that personally. I have a feeling she's gonna plea. She doesn't want this all over the place. She's gonna get a deal out of it to where, because I did look it up and it's a New York Class E felony. Oh, we didn't even get to that part yet.
We didn't get to that part yet.
My bad. My
Um,
brain's like on.
you know what though? This is going to make, because of the way this played out. This is going to end up being on somewhere. This is going to make Netflix or one of those shows. It's good. It's going to be a you know, a movie, or a if not a movie, it's going to be a limited series.
Okay.
You know, and I just hope she doesn't get to make any money off of it, because she doesn't deserve to. But anyway,
Mhm.
okay, let's move on. So
Okay.
um move on to what I found this morning.
Go for it.
Okay, so I sit down with a steaming mug of coffee, and I see a blip on YouTube that DoorDash girl was arrested. And I'm like, no, really? It's been a month. Let me check. And, you know, yeah, TikTok is just screaming. It's all over the place with it. And I do some quick vetting. And uh because first thing I want to do is I want to come over and say something here, and I can't do that because I got to do a couple things. And I go over, and I went and checked the court page first for vetting, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I got to go back before that, and I pull up the Oswego blotter,
Mhm.
and let me get that. And again, I think I'm just having problems reading the white backgrounds today. So I'm blowing that up for you. Well, it's really not that big of a deal, but this is the Oswego, New York police blotter that shows that on.
Put it on the stage. Oh, are you meaning to show it?
Yeah, didn't I get it on the stage?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go back and figure that one out. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oops. Okay. It shows that Miss Livy was arrested on November 10th at 9:46 p.m. Got her booking number, the location of the address of the arrest. There's the charges, and I don't need to go over them just yet because we will get to that in just a moment. And we got what she was arrested on, and you know, we'll go over that in just a second. But that's what she was arrested on November 10th. And then I went over to the New York State Unified Court System and pulled up the there we go, the case details. Can you see that okay, B?
I can.
Okay.
Do you want the incident happened on October 12th, 2025? It says the date of arrest is November 10th, 2025. But I read this morning that she was taken in. So I was told she got a citation to appear, but then I read another one that she was actually taken into custody today and then released. So there's two
You
different
heard
things.
taken into custody today?
That's what I read.
Okay. Yeah, no, the police blotter said that the arrest was November 10th. That was the first thing I just read, was the police blotter from
Okay,
our community.
good.
The original incident, like you just read, was October 12th.
Her next appearance is on December 4th.
Yes. And then this is the fun part, the charges.
They're so small. Dissemination, surveillance image. 1, to sell or publish, and 2 is unlawful surveillance for amusement or profit.
And both of these are felonies. And the unlawful surveillance for amusement and profit is the top charge. And I had put the information on these charges over in our notes, B.
How do I make it go? I don't know how to make it move, but okay, I'll get it. So the first charge is section 250.45, unlawful surveillance in the second degree, chapter 40, part 3, title N, article 250. And we believe that number 5 is the most corrected one to her case, correct? Isn't that where we fell at? Number 5?
Yeah, 1 through 4 just it didn't fit. Yeah, 1 through 4 just did not fit.
For his or her own or another individual's amusement, entertainment, profit, sexual arousal, or gratification, or for the purpose of degrading or abusing a person. The actor intentionally uses or installs or permits the utilization or installation of an imaging device to surreptitiously view, broadcast, or record such person in an identifiable manner. A. Engaging in sexual contact as defined in subsection 10 of section 130.00 of this part. Did we decide if these were okay? B. In the same image with the sexual or intimate part of any other person. And C. At a place and time when such person has a reasonable expectation of privacy without such person's knowledge or consent. Unlawful surveillance in the second degree is a Class E felony. The second,
I'll see if I can read the second one without.
good
If
one.
I start stuttering, you can take over. The second one is the lesser of the two, but still a felony. Section 250.60, dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the first degree, Penal Chapter 40, Part 3, Title N, Article 250. A person is guilty of dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the first degree when 1. He or she, with the knowledge of the unlawful conduct by which an image or images of the sexual or other intimate parts of another person or persons was obtained, and such unlawful conduct would satisfy the essential elements of the crime of unlawful surveillance in the first or second degree, as defined retrospectively in sections 250.50 or 250.45 of this article, sells or publishes such image or images, or 2. Having created a surveillance image in violation of section 250.45 or 250.50 of this article, or in violation of the law in any other jurisdiction, which includes all of the essential elements of either such crime, or having acted as an accomplice to such crime, or acting as an agent to the person which committed such crime, he or she intentionally disseminates such unlawfully created image, or dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the first degree is a Class E felony. And if you remember when we first started the intro, I had used that particular TikTok she did, because at the very end, she's like, they still owe me money. They still owe me money. And I paraphrased that, where she's specifically talking, they owe her money, because she knew that she had a chance of making money off of that, and I've said it multiple times between, this is now our third live on her, that she thought she had her viral moment. She was out to make money off of this instance. So that, and I believe that is why that this charge was added to her is one of the charges, because she wanted to make money off of Austin's junk.
Agree.
So I think the white background was causing me difficulty reading earlier.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't seem to be having any
No, you
difficulty.
did great. You didn't have one bit of catch on that one.
Yeah, 'cause you heard how I was trying to read earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like the yabba dabba do.
Well, I tried to turn that thing on, and I see it now. It moves with the
It moves
okay.
with what?
The teleprompter service that's up there. I found out how to turn it on, but then I was stuck to not be able to see the words on it, and so I
Yeah.
had to read it off of the notes.
I just read off the notes. I didn't turn a
Yeah.
teleprompter on because since we were starting in the middle.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like you know, I was worried about looking off screen when I'm just using my icon anyway. So
I'm just
yeah,
trying to test out all these little features you have. So
fun.
you're paying for them, might as well use them.
So
Yeah, I think this is gonna be bad for her in the sense of but her TikTok's still live, right? I mean, I know she's not posting on it, but it is still.
it's still up. Well, you know what? She may have been warned. She did hire counsel. I don't know. I didn't see anywhere that lists a date when she hired counsel, but she may have been already told, do not delete anything.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
want.
if she's smart, she'd listen to counsel and would have been told, don't delete anything because it's all evidence at this point.
Right.
You know, right? Well, you work in the legal field, you know that. I
Oh,
don't.
preservation, especially with what that's part of her charge. That is considered part of her charge. She put it on the internet for personal gain and embarrassment, and because she did say, where was it? If you know this guy, I that was not on today's. I'm sorry, it just came back to me when I said it. One of her things was that she said she wanted him, and if nothing else happened to him, she wanted people to know that knew him to embarrass him, to publicly embarrass him.
Exactly. You know, and like I
That
said,
came out of her mouth.
she went. I think October 26th, or right about there. I think that was her. Um, I could pull it up if I need to, but
Oh no, I'm just saying that was she intended for him to be, if nothing, if he weren't charged criminally, she wanted him to be humiliated.
right. But when hold on, I'm gonna find her right now.
I just wonder how far this would have went. First of all, nobody would have known had she not posted the original TikTok, or complained about it. So nobody would have known. But on the other hand, if she had not doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down, would this have turned on her? The tables have turned. Even if she just reported it the first time, they said, no, it's not really that, but then when they found out the videos and stuff existed and she kept going at it over and over and accusing him of not only the public lewdness, but there were, sexual assault. There were other crimes she accused him of in there. I just wonder if they would have went this far looking into her if she wouldn't have kept screaming about it,
Yeah, I am on her page right now, and she used to have a bunch of pinned videos at the top of her page.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have anything pinned anymore, but the last video she has, the most recent video she has, is from October 26th.
Yeah.
So I would say that that's probably when she was realized that this is bad. I screwed up. That's probably when she was advised, hopefully by smart family members,
Mm-hmm.
to get counsel, and counsel probably told her to do not post anymore, shut your yammer, and yeah, leave your page alone, shut your mouth, and put your head down, and yeah. So that's probably where it stands right now. She probably has another TikTok page somewhere else where she's just trying to, rebrand and start a new life.
Sorry.
There, I can do that. Yeah, I know. Everybody tries to use my name.
It caught me off guard in two ways. The rebrand got me, and another one got me. It was just cracked me up. Another channel. Gotcha.
Everybody tries to use my name, but there's only one of me.
People keep incriminating themselves for their gotcha moments on the internet, though. That's just like, and then they get got is the thing. So it's just.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a big one recently. No, get back, stay off there. So, but anyway, let's see. So yeah, so she has her next court hearing. Let me go over there and pull that up real quick. So yeah, so she has those two charges, and her she appears in front of I don't know if it's a judge or a magistrate, or I don't know if they're in New York, if they're considered the same, because I did not ever personally have to appear in front of one, despite my son having to, but I don't remember.
Well, see, that's an arraignment. If you read it there, so that's an arraignment. So obviously she was not taken into custody today if they're doing an arraignment on the 4th. She just got the citation to appear for the arraignment is the way I'm reading it right there in front of what you have on the screen.
I thought I read that.
I want to go back. We're not looking at chat, and I just glanced over, and Terry Lynn came back in, and she said hi, that she hears me on. Hi, Terry Lynn, and she said hi to just Ann, which I was not looking at the chat, so that's all we have.
Yeah, I did see that. She didn't say shit to me, so I didn't say anything.
She had already said hi to you, but she didn't know I was on there when she said hi to you.
I said hi earlier, but she didn't say shit. I wasn't ignoring her. She just didn't say anything to me.
And she already did. You were first.
I know. So I didn't have to say anything there.
I wasn't looking at chat. I was on the notes page. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, okay. I looked at add case to eTrack, but I have to create an account here. So that wasn't
but on the bottom of the screen you had where it said arraignment.
Yeah, but so yeah, her next appearance is at 9:30 in the morning. I love that word, criminal, for her. I do. I'm sorry that I'm getting some pleasure at criminal being there, that she has to go to criminal court. I'm sorry. There is pleasure for there. That is hitting my pleasure receptors. I know. Does that make me a bad person? Fuck it. I don't care.
Okay. You got a comment now. Stop it.
Oh, look who's finally number one. Yeah, well, that's only because I'm not in the chat talk. I'm talking and not in the chat typing. So enjoy it for the moment. No, I had read somewhere that that she was taken into custody and then she was released. And oh, you know what? Wait a second. No, I know where I read that. Hold on.
So I've read two. One was that she was given a citation to appear.
Yeah, okay. Over here on the police blotter, she was processed at the Oswego City Police Department and ultimately released with an appearance ticket due on 12/4/2025.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so she was taken into custody on 11/10 at 9:46 p.m. and with the charges, and
I just have a feeling, as big as this is blown up on her, that if anybody loves and cares for her, they're gonna talk to her about like making a deal and pushing this under the rug as far as they can and moving on with life.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I just feel like if somebody loves her and her family and her friends or whatever partner, I don't know, but someone that needs to tell her to take a plea deal and push this as far under the rug as she can and move on with life.
Well, everybody's loved by some extent, but I just get the impression
not everybody.
No, everybody is to some extent, but I have a feeling she's like an ODD child.
Exactly.
With conduct disorder, and you know, she thinks she knows everything and tells everybody that does love her to fuck off.
I've seen that before.
yeah, I just get that impression from her, just from, you know, the TikToks of her that I watched, and her general attitude, and the way I watched her scream like a banshee on her videos.
Yeah.
I just get that impression, you know, ODD slash conduct disorder. And she's probably pushed everybody away because she thinks she rules the world and knows everything and is smarter than everybody else. And wait a minute, that's also, I think, called entitled youth, you know, of this generation. I think that's what that called, isn't it? What do you think? Is that what that's called?
Entitlement?
Yeah, something like that for this generation.
Yeah.
Something, yeah, something like that.
Entitlement's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We know what we're talking about, and that's what matters, because they're not going to listen to us anyway.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. So, you know, why bother trying to explain it to them? But yeah. So, but yeah, I definitely got that impression from her. You know, and that's a, if she did have that, that's real sad, because it's going to take her a lot of years to get over it if she does.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
and yeah, because I dealt with that with my oldest son, and you know, fucking knucklehead. Oh, sorry, I dropped an F-bomb. That damn me and those fucking F-bombs. Oh, there, I just did it again. So hey, I may be going over to yeah, she's 23, Terry. She was born in 2002. I may be going over to Into the Weeds this week and helping read, well, not helping, but assisting
Okay.
on a book read for
Okay.
Holy Disruptor, because Mama Bear has some things to do, and that's leaving Elora. And so I said, oh, I'll come over and help read. And Laura was like, oh, great. So so it may work out that I go over and do some chapter reads with her.
Mm-hmm.
So are you familiar with the book Holy Disruptor?
No.
Amy Duggar.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know who that is, but not the book. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the book was just released, and I already finished it. I did the audio book, and I listened to most of it when I did my drive to go see the Grands last week.
Right.
And I was able to listen to I almost finished it on the drive. And I because I was also listening to the I was also re-listening to Gypsy Rose's lame ass fictional um story that she claims is you know, her autobiography, whatever she thinks it is, but it's a complete work of fiction. Apparently she's telling everybody that the book was pulled. Gypsy Rose is saying her book was pulled because she's doing a complete edit, and it's being re-released because she had to, you know, do some edits to it. And of course I had to go and check, and it wasn't pulled. It's still in my libraries.
Right.
You know, I have like 7 library cards, and it's still in in those libraries. Oh, hi, Coco. So I had to Coco came to say hi, Terry. So I had to get the book and or listen to it again, so that my mind would be fresh for when she came out with her new false edits. You know, I have so much faith in Gypsy Rose, can't you tell?
Uh-huh.
Yes. But anyway, so I was listening to that, and then Amy's book came out, and I'm not even a fan of the Duggars. Ouch. I never watched their show, but I'm even less of a fan of Josh Duggar, and I did listen to that trial because of, you know, my own personal history, you know. So, you know, I did listen to his trial in that case, and you know, I'm not a fan of, you know, their belief system, I should say. You know, so when her book came out, it was like good timing. I have, you know, some driving to do, so yeah, it's an audio book that'll keep me busy. I won't have to sit there and try to chase radio stations. So yeah. And they're reviewing her book over there. So I'm like, oh, it's good timing. Yeah, I'll help you read. But here's the thing. Since I already read the book, I know a few key things. So every time she says holy disruptor, you got to take a shot of something. And I don't care what it is, but holy shit. I don't think they realize just how many times she says that. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right.
Okay.
Oh, it stopped. Okay. Sorry. With 3D printer, and it was it was making a sound it's not supposed to make. So I was gonna have to go turn the machine off. Okay.
My wood shop, where I do my woodworking at, the shop I do, because it's heated, they have access to 3D printers, and they teach classes on it. I was thinking about doing that so I could learn how to use a 3D printer.
Good. Just learn
Yeah.
and tell me.
Okay. I'm right on that. I'll put that in my queue because there's some other things that I want to learn how to do that they have some people there that can teach. I want to learn how to work on the wood lathe.
I'll put you a message in private chat. I haven't heard this today. It's news to me. So
Okay.
anyway,
But my ex's family's there. I follow the Gypsy Rose stuff, Terry, because you know what? I'll have to schedule live to talk about that and bring in some of my the creators that I'm friends with and talk about it, because I have talked about some of the stuff, and I've been in some other creators panels and stuff. Yeah, it would be some interesting stuff, and some of the other Gypsy Rose creators know some of the history and why I have some interest in it. So yeah, but yeah, I do follow some of the Gypsy Rose stuff. And
I don't. I just see the clips of her on the internet. So
yeah, Gypsy Rose should not be out of prison.
no.
So she should not be out of prison.
So when are you doing the read? I'm sorry, that was the whole purpose.
I don't know. I just told Delora to let me know. They have my contact information. So just let me know when you get ready to do some reading. I got to try to get a copy now. I have to try to get a copy of the physical book, since I have the audio book, so I can help do the read. And of course, there's a bazillion people wait list long. I was able. As soon as it came out, I was able to get a copy of the audio book with no wait list. Now there's like bazillion people deep. But if I have to, I'll go and I'll go and get a copy of it off of Everbrand or something, because I'm not buying it. I'm not a fan of the Duggars or any of the Duggar clan enough that I want to give them my money.
Right.
But I'll find a way to get a free copy of it for the purpose of doing the read.
Mm-hmm.
Amy's
kind of, I don't know. She's the most normal one I've come across out of all of them. When I did see any of them on, she came on Instagram a lot.
Yeah, she had the nickname Famey Amy and whatnot. You know what? Who cares? She came from a family. Jim Bob, as far as I'm concerned, with what I know from the little bit I did follow, that I glips I'd catch on news and online and stuff, because I didn't watch the show. He stole money from all those kids, and I have no doubt about that. There's no doubt that he robbed his family blind, kept all the money, didn't pay anybody, expected everybody to work for him and stuff. If she's able to make a buck from her experiences with the family, who am I to judge her for that? I'm not going to judge her for that. I remember hearing, her called Famey Amy for this and Famey Amy for that. You know what? To hell with it. Let her make a buck here and there if she can. Everybody else does. You let all the other kids, they did what they could to make a buck. You know, so what? You don't like it, just walk away and ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's got to earn her money too. You know, she's not.
Definitely don't have to watch it.
Yeah, she's not hurting anybody. You know, am I going to give her my money? No. You know, is it hurting me to read her book? No, but I'm not paying for it. You know, I downloaded it from my library for free. You know, am I going to sit there and talk? She hasn't given me any reason to talk smack on her. And believe me, if I find a reason, I will, if I to.
Yeah.
You know, she's just another Bible thumper out there. And because that's the way she was raised in her faith. You know, my God, this, my God, that. Okay, fine. You and your God. Okay, great. I get it. You got your God. But, you know, okay. But that's not that she's got her faith. That's not enough. That's not a reason for me to, you know, pick on her and call her Famey Amy. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know. So. But
I don't blame her for using her name or getting ahead and escaping that situation.
I don't even know if I'm so sure that she's getting ahead. I mean,
No. But I mean,
she's hurting. You know, I don't think she's hurting,
mm-hmm.
but I think she's managing. You know, I think Josh's wife is probably more ahead than what Amy is. You know, and that's fucking tragic. You know, Anna should not be getting ahead unless she gets rid of Josh. And I say that knowing that she's got what, seven rugrats at home.
I haven't seen her forever.
She's living on Jim Bob's property, raising fucking dogs now.
Mm.
You know,
Nice.
and that's just disgusting.
Like a puppy mill.
I don't know if I'd say it's a puppy mill yet. She's raising golden retrievers or golden doodles or something like that. But she's living under the umbrella of Jim Bob while Josh is in prison for what he did. You know, and that's just disgusting to me. You know, that's just absolutely disgusting to me. You know, absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she could even still be around that family at all and accepting anything from that family after what her husband's done. Absolutely sickening.
I was trying to I guess her clothing business is online only now. She had a store in Arkansas, but it appears to be online only now.
You know what? I don't even know anything about that. Terry, why do you think Jim Bob should be in prison?
Allowing his son to get away with that stuff?
For covering it up?
Probably. I don't know. I'm waiting for Terry to speak.
Covering it up or ignoring it? I mean, that's a major denial if you know, if he's going to try to say I didn't know.
No, well, he spoke on it somewhere. He was crying and said he sent him to church camp or something, right? I mean, in one of his public speaking engagements.
After one of the initial incidences, when the girls were younger, he sent them to I think one of Goddard's church camps. It was, you know, hard labor is supposed to teach them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just, I'm sorry, that shit don't work. He groomed his entire family to do what? To be his slaves? To make money for him? That's what he did.
Yes.
You know, that's that stupid fucking religion he follows. You know, and you know, like quiverful religion bullshit. It's a cult. Yeah, well, she's also fucking stupid. So, not just a slave, she's complicit and she's fucking stupid.
Where did we go?
So, well, we made a hard left turn there.
Where did we go? She's fucking stupid. Sorry. Oh.
So, I guess when we hang up, I have to debate on, do I really want to give a call to my ex-husband? Oh, fuck that. No. My ex-husband's Venezuelan, and his last I heard, his father lives in Mexico with his wife. I'm loving that right now.
I'm not sure what's going on. I googled it to try to, but it's they're overturning over corruption and violence and protesters, and the president is trying to escape the country or something. I'm not quite sure what's going on down there.
Is he trying to cross our border?
I don't think so. I think they're just trying to infight right now.
So I guess I'll go and read the news after we're done. So, and unless you feel strongly about that topic, I
don't. It just came across my thing saying that she's trying to escape the country is all it's like it's all I know. Well, it's close to mine. You know, I'm in Texas. Everybody knows where I'm at. So
yeah, I'm off the cuff. I'm not thinking that this is a topic that is going to interest me too much right now.
No, it doesn't. Only thing I worry about is whether it crosses into my state. That's all. You know, I mean, I worry about other people. I'm not saying in general, but
right.
To talk about it publicly is only if it encroaches into my state at this point. So
yeah. Well, Chicago made a comment that she was thinking about starting to talk politics. So maybe she'll have this on her page.
There we go. We'll just give it to her.
She was playing a video game the other night, went live, and you know, I'm like, well, I'll go over and show some support and say hello. And I said a couple of things, and I didn't even get a hello. I was like,
I don't think she saw it. I don't think she saw it because she did say something later. There was a comment from you, and that she didn't even know she was live or something to that effect. It was she was playing the game, and it had a toggle on it to put it on there. I don't know what she did. I don't know. I wasn't part of it. I didn't see it till after it was over.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, not even a comment. Ciao.
I was like, you didn't talk or anything. She goes, I wasn't even supposed to be online. So she didn't mean to go live like that.
Yeah, well, she did.
I seen it. I know she did it.
Yep. And she thinks asking me about venison jerky is going to make me forget that she snubbed me. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Not happening, huh? All right, I'll keep my notes on this girl here. So when next time she messes up or does something.
Yeah. I don't know if New York does their court cases live. I don't know. You know, because if you've ever done court watches or anything.
Yes. I've not seen any in New York. I have not.
I love watching court cases, but I haven't paid attention to you know, anything's New York, but it would be really cool.
We can look at it.
You know.
Hold on.
But you know, keep tabs on that. Yeah, so you know, definitely since we have spoken on this now, this is the third time. And if we can keep tabs on that. And yeah, Terry, the only thing I've heard, you know, every once in a while I hear a couple things here and there about that family. Sorry, I missed that comment 4 minutes ago. Every once in a while, you know, something comes up, you know, you hear a blurb here and there, you know, nothing major, you know, It's only coming up now because Amy released her book.
Maybe there is a City of Oswego on it's a possibility. We'll have to keep looking into that, but we'll see what we can find.
Yeah. So, wow, boy, did we make a hard left. I guess I made that hard left. But yeah, if I do end up doing any reading, not that I expect y'all to go over there. And she has a bigger channel, so it's not like need to throw in any extra support, but I'll let you know if I do any reads. I'll be making that sausage, and I have my final class, and I get my graduation certificate tomorrow.
You're just busy.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Not yet. I can still fail. I'm not going to fail. But yeah, so thank you very much for being here tonight, B. Perry, thank you for coming. Anne, if you pop back in, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
There is a fourth here, always. Anybody that pops in for replay, we appreciate you for the replay crew.
If you're not subscribed to her channel, do that while you're here.
Yes, do those YouTubey things. If you have any questions on this, or if you think we forgot anything, got anything wrong, have anything to add, no takebacks. Yeah, I know I need to drop less F-bombs. But so you don't even have to say that. I know that already. I'll worry about the F-bombs once if I ever have to get monetized. That's probably never going to happen though. But yeah, so yeah, if you got anything to add,
no, thanks.
You have to do the comments. We appreciate that. Thanks for being here, and thanks for when you eventually do make your way here. And if there's anything else you want us to discuss, because we seem to make a pretty good team here the way we work together. So if there's anything you want us to go over, leave it in the comments. Let us know, either on my channel or on B's channel, and we'll hop to it. And again, thank you much. Good night.
Good night.